Sorry about that. But China, the most industrial centre in the world, produces everything for everyone, including massive telecom, I think it's called Huawei, which are trying to dominate the world at the minute. But we're not here for that, to promote China. We're here to discuss if they can actually make a completely Chinese motorcycle. Well, yes, they can, because it's standing right here, the new Zontes 310X. And let's be honest, it's absolutely gorgeous in every way. Sure, it's got some details which are stolen from other brands, but we'll get into those later. But for now, I want to get out on this stunning maroon thing and see, is it Chinese really, or is it a real motorbike that can stand alone in this very competitive market in this 300 to 400cc class?
Well, is it? Let me say right now, this is the best Chinese motorcycle I have ever ridden to date. And let me tell you, I've ridden a few. The fueling on this bike, which I was quite worried about being a single cylinder 312cc with a claimed 35 horsepower, is absolutely spot on from nothing. Look, no hesitation. Now, other bikes in this class are quite embarrassed due to that. Another embarrassing feature to the other range is the suspension. It's absolutely spot on. Another feature is this bike only weighs 149 kilograms with a massive 19 litre fuel tank. This thing is seriously agile. I mean, look. So yes, that's all well and good, you're saying, Bill, spouting about everything. But there's one thing that I've really missed out, and it's called the build quality. As they say, don't mention the build quality, so I will.
Just look at it. Is that unsurpassed build quality or what? It's hard to see on the camera, I totally understand. But go and have a look at one. But let me just scan around it quickly. The paint is absolutely gorgeous, and let's be honest, it's a Honda colour. In fact, the people that have seen this bike actually think it's a Honda. And if you put a Honda sticker on there, I don't think anyone would question it, which is praise indeed to the Chinese build quality. Let's have a quick look around this bike. It has electric screen, only up or down, you can't set it in between, not a problem, but very, very efficient indeed. Buttons, 1, 2, 3, 4, there's like 15, 16, 17 buttons on this thing, which open the fuel filler, the seat, and everything works beautifully. Gold levers, look at the machining of the CNC stuff. Now, the most important thing is this. Obviously, the Chinese, being Chinese, have decided to replicate certain parts from certain bikes. Let me show you. Single-sided swing arm. Now, let's be honest, that is a Ducati X Diavel back wheel with a slash cut marking on, I think it's a 916 style swing arm. The exhausts, which to me are the most beautiful parts of this bike, and I would never change them, totally envy Augusta Brutale. Even the shape of this beautiful tank is envy Augusta Brutale. It just takes my breath away, this bike. Everywhere you go, it just attracts attention. I've never seen a bike where people get the phone out and go, please can I have a picture? It's also got an eco button. Now, I don't know what that does, because on my previous ride I thought I'd try it, but I haven't. So I've been told off that I've got to get out there and try this eco button. So let's get ready and just go and try that one.
If you can see there, it goes to E, which means economy mode. Now, I can't feel any difference really. Apparently it clips fueling and makes it more, would you believe, economical. But we don't care about economy in South Africa, so quick jab of the button, put it back into S, and I'm quite intrigued to find out, I wonder how fast this little tiny 310 35 horsepower engine goes at altitude. Let's try and find out, obviously in an environment closed off and all that. Come on, little thing. 70, 80, 90, 100, 120, 150. There it is! The magic 100! Oh, it's still going! It's still going! 160 on 170, oh, it's on the red limiter! Well, that is it! That is... I'd lift the gearing by at least a tooth on the front. And that way, it'll cruise better and give even better fuel economy.
So regarding fuel consumption, the best I've seen, and that's, don't forget, little engine riding it hard on the TFT dashboard, is 3.3 kilometers per 100 litre. But it's not just that, because it's small cc, it will not destroy tyres and chains like a big bike will, even though you can cruise around at 130 easily on the motorway. Now, being a Chinese bike, you're all wondering now and twitching, so come on, tell me what it's worth. Now, I've been asking people around, say, how much do you think this is worth? I have had people saying 120,000 rand. Justifiably so, just look at the thing. But, believe it or not, you're going to fall back off your chair. This you can own for only 79,900 rand. Bargain of the year, or what? Now that equates to, because I asked around with a good friend of mine that sells these, Johnny Shand, and he told me 1,500 rand a month with insurance. How can you get better for 1,500 rand a month to have that in your garage? And for the first time ever, I can highly recommend buying a Chinese motorcycle, and I will put my hand on my heart and tell you to do so. Say no more.
Not only does it look good then, but it actually has some proper get up and go, because, and I know this may be because you think I'm a little bit older, but to me, 100 mile an hour in old money, that's pretty impressive out of a 310.
Don't forget we're 1,500 metres of altitude, which destroys the air and saps power like no other. So at the coast, I think you'd hit the rev limiter everywhere. I would definitely raise the gearing. One tooth, what's that? 150 rand for a front sprocket? You can do it at home.
It is down on horsepower though. When I say down on horsepower, it makes enough obviously to push it to 100 horsepower, to 100 mile an hour. But what about the competition? It absolutely blows them away, doesn't it?
I think it's a class of its own at the minute. It really does stand out because every other 300, 310 is a race bike, naked
a road
bike.
bike, naked bike, yeah.
But like we mentioned, the biggest competitor comes next month with KTM's 390 Adventure, which is rumoured to be 85 grand, and
oh wow,
similar sort of
that
thing.
That is big competition because that's also got your tablet and it's more horsepower, isn't it? Because it's a slightly bigger engine.
They make 40 horse. 43.
And it'll be the same sort of riding position, and it's got a big KTM badge. So that's the 310X's only competition. What about the future? Are they going to stick with, because any rumours, I believe there are, about slightly bigger bikes?
500, 550, 600, 650, definitely the middle size market. Again, it'll be priced. To be honest, I'd just stick a 500 single in that.
Yeah, why not?
Wouldn't you? Well, you wouldn't have to change anything. And
but in reality, it's more likely to be a parallel twin these days, I would say.
100%, I think that's what's coming.
And just one last thing, Zontes here in South Africa, relatively new startup, but quickly, Bill, I believe they're involved with racing this year in an attempt to
New
up
race
the brand.
series, 30 bikes on the grid. Zontes.co.za will give you every information you need, and you too can go and race that exact bike.
So what they're doing is basically, I think they're going to take all the bikes to the grid, to the race meeting. You pay a certain amount, either a one-off race meet fee, or what is it? It's about 75k for the season.
I think it is 6,000, 7,000.
So that includes everything, fuel, tyres, all that.
Don't you want to do it?
No, thanks. But I know a bloke who might.
Yeah, I do. Is he?
Yeah,
I know.
He doesn't know yet. Wait till he's in a good mood. He'll be fine.
All right.
Yeah, there's another story. Don goes to hospital. See you after the ad break.